So a big part of feature engineering is imputation of missing data. What do you do when your data has missing data elements in it? This is what happens in the real world. For every observation you have, there is going to be some missing data points, more than likely. Well, a simple solution is just called mean replacement. The idea is that if you have a missing attribute or feature within one of those rows of your data, just replace it with the mean from the entire column. And remember, we are talking about columns, not rows. Here you want to take the mean of all other observations of that same feature. Does not really make sense to take the mean of all the other features for that row. So mean replacement is all about taking the mean of that column and replacing all the empty values with that mean. So it's a fast and easy. Those are some of the positives of this approach. It also does not affect the mean or the sample size of your overall data set, because you are just replacing missing dates with the mean. It will not affect the overall mean of the entire data set, which can be nice. Now one nuance is that if you have a lot of outliers in your data set, which is also something you have to deal with when preparing your data, you might find that median is actually a better choice than the mean. So if you have a data set of a bunch of people and maybe one of those columns is income and some people don't report their income because they think it's sensitive, you might have your means skewed by a bunch of millions or billions in your situation. So if you do mean imputation and that sort of situation where you have outliers, you might end up with an overly high or overly low values that you are using for replacement. So if you do have outliers that are skewing your mean, you might want to think about using median instead. That will be less sensitive to those outliers, but generally speaking it is not the best choice of imputation. First of all, it only works on the column level. So if there are a correlation between other features in your dataset, is not going to pick up on those. So if there is a relationship between say age and income, that relationship is gonna be totally missed. So you could end up saying that a 10-year-old is making $50,000 a year because that's the mean of your dataset, but it really does not make sense, right? I mean, a 15-year-old would not be making that much money yet. So it's a very naive approach from that standpoint. Other issues that you cannot really use it and categorical feature. How do you take the mean of a categorical piece of data? That just does not make sense, right? Although you could use the most frequent value that appears, the most commonly seen category would be the reasonable thing to do in that case. It's sort of the same spirit as mean replacement, but not really the same thing. Overall, though, it's not going to be very accurate methods. It's very ham-handled attempt at doing imputation. So although it's quick and easy and has some advantage in practice, if someone asking you, say on a certification exam, what is the best way to do data imputation, mean replacement probably is not it. It's also probably not just dropping the missing rows, although we have seen sometimes that's a reasonable thing to do. If you do have enough data such that dropping a few rows does not matter. If you don't have too many rows that contain missing data, well, does not sound that unreasonable. The other thing too is that you want to make sure that dropping the rows that have missing data does not bias your data set in some way. What if there is an actual relationship between which rows are missing data and some other attributes of those observations? So for example, let's say that we are looking at income again. There might be a situation where people that have very high or very low incomes are more likely to not report it. So by removing or dropping all of those observations, you are actually removing a lot of people that have very high or low income from your model, and that might have a very bad effect on the accuracy of the model you end up with. So you want to make sure that if you are going to drop data, that it is not going to bias the data set in some way as a byproduct, right? So it's a very quick and easy thing to do, probably the quickest and easiest thing to do. You can literally do this in one line of code in Python, but it's probably never going to be the best approach. So again, if an exam is asking you what's the best way to imputing missing data, dropping data probably is not the right answer. Almost anything is going to be, maybe you could just substitute a similar field. I mean, that would also be simple way of, for example, I might have a data set of customer reviews on movies, right? For example, maybe if I have a review summary and full text review as well, it would make more sense to just take the review summary and copy that into the full text for people who left the full text blank, as an example. So almost anything is better than just dropping data. But you know, in the real world, if you are just trying to do something quick and dirty and sort of like start experimenting with some data just to start playing with it, can be a reasonable thing to do. I just would not leave that in place for production. Necessarily the thing you probably really want to do in production is by using machine learning itself to impure your missing data into your machine learning training. So it's a kind of a meta thing. There are different ways of doing this. One is called KNN, and stands for K nearest neighbors. And if you have any experience with machine learning, you probably know what that is. The general idea is to find a K, where K is some number of the most similar rows to one that you are looking at that has missing data, and just average together the values from those most similar rows. So you can imagine having some sort of a distance metric between them. Maybe it's just the Euclidean distance between the normalized features within each row or something like that. And if you find the, say, 10 nearest rows that are most similar to the one that missing data, you can just take the average of that features from those 10 most similar rows and input the values from that. So that takes advantage of relationships between the other features of your data set, which is a good thing. So one problem with it though is that idea assumes that you have numerical data that you are trying to impute and not categorical data. It's tough to take the average of a category, but there are ways of doing that with techniques like Hamming distance, but KNN is generally a better fit for numerical data and not categorical. If you have categorical data, you are probably better served by actually developing a deep learning model. Neural networks are great at doing categorization problems. So the idea is to actually build a machine learning model to impute the data for your machine learning model. Alright, it's a kind of a cycle there, and that works really well for categorical data, really well. It's tough to beat deep learning these days. However, of course, it's complicated. There is a lot of code involved and a lot of tuning as well, but it's hard to beat the results if you actually have a deep learning model that try to predict what a missing feature is based on other features in your dataset. That's gonna work out a lot of work, a lot of computational effort, but it's going to give you the best results. You can also just do a multiple regression on other features that are in your dataset. That's also a totally reasonable things to do. And through regression, you can find linear or non-linear relationship between your missing features and the other features that are in your dataset. And there is a very advanced technique along these lines called MICE, which stands for multiple imputation by chain equation. It's kind of the state of the art in this space right now. Alright, and finally, probably the best way to deal with missing data is to just get more data. So if you have a bunch of rows that have missing data, maybe you just have to try harder to get more complete data from people, and it's hard to beat just getting more real data, so that you can just not have to worry about all the rows that have missing data. Again, you want to be careful that if you are dropping data, that you are not biasing your data into it some way. But really the best way to deal with not having enough data is to just get more of it. Sometimes you just have to go back and figure out where that data came from and collect more result quality data. So the better the quality data you have going into your system, the better the results you will get. And while imputation techniques are a way to cover up issues where you just don't have enough data, you cannot get more of it. It's always a good idea to just get more and better data if you can. Thank you for watching.